What is good? It is your boy PvbloGrey, and we back with another reaction video. Today we got a clip from Forbes, I believe. Title of it is Tom Cotton accuses Biden administration of foolishness and weakness. Nigga, you should have known. But before we get into it, man, y'all like what I've been doing here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. Let's get into it.
From Arkansas.
As the disasters pile up left and right from these early months of the Biden presidency, one might be called the tale of three pipelines. Three separate pipelines, three separate challenges, united by one consistent theme. In each case, the foolishness and weakness of the Biden administration has led to the disaster. First, President Biden began his administration by killing the Keystone XL pipeline on day one. This decision was a gift to the radical environmentalist nonprofit industry in Washington, D.C., and destroyed thousands of good, high-paying, blue-collar American jobs, including many jobs in my home state of Arkansas. Second.
Let me pause that. And I said this in a previous video. I might link it up there. Listen. We probably should be going green. Initially, to get rid of a pipeline, sure. At first it's a good idea, but like, if you do not have a idea to replace the jobs that the bad shit was providing, you are also fucking up. Let's just say that natural gas and oil is about to run out, right? And a million niggas, you know, are in that industry working. And there's a law passed saying that industry is now banned. Now there's a million niggas out of work. How the fuck are you going to get them a job? Where are they going to work now? Are new jobs going to be created out of thin air when a million jobs just got deleted? Where are these new jobs going to come from? That's what the fuck y'all should be figuring out before you get rid of jobs. Where are you going to put these people at? Job placement. It is very, very important in order to maintain a country and our economic status and our growth. Okay?
Last week, Russian-affiliated hackers attacked the Colonial Pipeline, an artery that supplies nearly half the fuel for the East Coast, causing widespread gas shortages across the Southeast. Instead of making the hackers feel the full wrath of the United States government, the Biden administration called the attack a private sector concern.
I'm listening.
Colonial then paid the hackers over $4 million in ransom. Presumably.
Wow. Okay, listen. What he just said, y'all don't understand. I just came across the video, I believe, on Instagram where someone was calling Biden out about if they paid these hackers who hacked this pipeline shit, right? Because if y'all don't know, the gas is fucked up and people hacked the system where the gas would be available for people, and it's been fucking up the southeast of the United States, right? And these hackers who did this, they're asking for money, and someone hacks Biden if his administration paid these people, and he kept dodging the question. This man is in fucking court before someone, whether it's court or not. He's in front of someone honorary giving this statement, so he cannot be, he isn't in a position to lie, because then he would be in contempt, which you can be sued for if it's court. If it's not court, it's defamation. So it can eventually go to court if that's what he's doing and what he's saying is lying. But it sounds like this nigga knows some information. He knows that the Biden administration paid this fucking ransom of what? How much?
Instead of making the hackers feel the full wrath of the United States government, the Biden administration called the attack a private sector concern.
And what else?
Colonial then paid the hackers over $4 million in ransom.
Wow.
Presumably, with Biden administration foreknowledge and acquiescence, if not explicit support. This payment, of course, will only encourage further such attacks on American companies.
And that is facts. Listen, I don't be agreeing with the United States, but I do believe in not negotiating with terrorists. Why? Because the moment you do it and you actually negotiate and people get what the fuck they want, then other people are like, oh shit, if we do what they do, let's just do it at a better level and we might get more. It fucks the shit up, bro.
finally, yesterday the Biden administration announced it will waive major legally mandated sanctions against the Russian Nord Stream 2 pipeline into Germany. This refusal to implement sanctions approved by Congress directly benefits, by design, the Russian company building Nord Stream 2 and its CEO who, you won't believe it, is a former communist East German Stasi officer and longtime crony of Vladimir Putin. President Biden's decision to cave on Nord Stream 2 is just the latest show of weakness towards Russia by this administration. Which is strange, coming from a party that spent the last 4 years all chesty and boastful, pretending they were Jack Ryan in a Tom Clancy novel.
If you don't understand what he's saying, it's ironic this is happening because they spent the last 4 years coming at Trump because they thought Trump and Putin was best fucking friends. Y'all not remember? They thought Trump and Putin was the best of fucking friends. And that this nigga Trump let this nigga do whatever. Remember they tried to say that we had dudes over there and who got caught and we just didn't do anything. Trump didn't do shit. The Biden administration doing the same shit. They're all puppets. I tried to tell you this. They're all puppets, including Trump. Trump just was our best chance. All the puppets. That's all. That's just an opinion too. Just so you know, that's an opinion. The puppet shit is not an opinion. Being the best chance, pure opinion.
Nord Stream 2 will serve as a noose around the neck of Europe's energy supply. It will allow Russia to squeeze the sovereign nations of Eastern and Central Europe into submission. You may think I'm exaggerating, but Russia has used energy as a weapon of foreign policy many times in the past. In 2009, for instance, Russia shut off the flow of natural gas to Europe during a dispute with Ukraine, causing energy shortages in the dead of winter. Russia has...
Now listen, if you was in a position, wouldn't you do the same thing? You helping, if you beefing, and let's just say you beefing with the next city over, knowing damn well they need your gas in order for their people to go to work, and y'all beefing, nigga, do you really need to give them gas? Or do you need to show them how valuable you are to these motherfuckers and why they got the nerve to be talking to you crazy? It's called leverage. It happens in the business world too. Why the fuck would I lend a helping hand and we beefing? I'll lend a helping hand as soon as we figure this shit out. But until then, nigga, we gonna put that shit on stop. I don't get it.
Has reduced or shut off gas to Austria, Poland, Romania, Lithuania, and Slovakia whenever those countries have refused its demands or otherwise displeased the Kremlin. Nord Stream 2 will deepen Europe's addiction to Russian gas and make it ever more dependent on the dealer. All of Europe could suffer, but Ukraine would be hurt the most of all. If the Nord Stream 2 pipeline comes online, Russia could bypass Ukraine.
That the same place where his crackhead son was found? I hope I ain't got the story wrong, but I'm pretty sure Ukraine is associated with the crackhead Biden. I could be wrong.
Entirely. This would not only cost Ukraine's economy billions of dollars in transit fee, it would also give Russia the ability to isolate and starve this proud nation. It's hard to imagine a worse time for this to happen, with Russian troops massed on the Ukrainian border while Russia's dictator salivates over conquering or further partitioning this country.
What that sound like, these niggas is right on the fucking border while they watching these niggas starve and dry out. And as soon as they realize they in a position where they can't do much because they dried and starved out, or starved and dried out, Russia gonna make their moves and say, listen, bitch ass niggas, y'all should have listened. It ain't right, but nigga, that's how it go. Get you some allies. You might have to bend over for a couple other nations in order to not get your ass kicked by another one. That's what happens when you come from a small nation and you haven't built up the brothership you should have with other nations. It ain't gonna be forever. Take that ass whooping for now, or build some allies.
Europe sees the dire danger posed by this pipeline. The European Parliament voted overwhelmingly against it on 3 separate occasions, including just last month. The United Kingdom, France, and Eastern Europe firmly oppose its construction as well. It is only a small but influential group of German elites that support this misguided plan. It's ironic that these men and women of power and privilege would doubtlessly claim to support the so-called liberal international order, as is the fashion in such circles. But their actions are directly empowering a dictator who poses the greatest threat to their dreams. A man who rose to power and has maintained it through extortion, murder, and brutality. Putin's most recent political rival, Alexei Navalny, was poisoned with a nerve agent and today is rotting in a Russian penal colony. Navalny's only crime
Was hit with a nerve agent. Sound like anthrax. Niggas is poisoning niggas. It just sound like this nigga is describing Russia to be some scheming ass motherfuckers, and he probably not lying. And he just wanted to know why we bending over getting our ass kicked like we did Ukraine. It's a good question. Does look weak on the Biden administration. I ain't even gonna let this shit finish, man. Yeah, man. It's crazy how irony works. It's just, it's fucking amazing. Yeah. Anyway, y'all like what I'm doing here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Pablo out.